Welcome back, everybody. We're gonna get right back into it and start getting videos going again. It's gonna be a super hot day today, and I'm trying to get stuff going real early while it's still kind of cool. But I wanted to show you this pile. The past couple days I started turning over this section here. I think because it's downhill, a lot of the stuff, like between the rain and the chickens just moving stuff around, everything ends up right in front of the coop here. So I took a shovel yesterday and started turning over. It's about 4 or 5 inches deep here, because if you see the ramp, the ramp goes a little farther down there, so it's getting pretty thick here. So I'm going to start turning this over and let them do their job, right? Because part of what we're doing here is letting the girls compost a lot of this stuff down. Now, in some of my other videos before I had my surgery, I was trying to get a lot of stuff done, and one of those things was digging out all this compost, the leaf compost from last year, but I didn't get everything finished. But I had put some more hay down for them to have something to do and compost down and eat. So, you know, they're really mixing everything together, which is great. That's what they're supposed to do. And as I harvest stuff and finish stuff in the garden, I'm going to put this compost in the beds to help keep the soil from being sunburnt or eroded from the rain or anything, and keep it protected. So I did finish the potatoes in the last video. Didn't take a video of canning them. I canned pretty much anything that was viable that I could peel and cut. Sorry, Nana passed away, so I was trying to just get stuff done before things went bad, and I didn't get a chance to take a video of that. I did a bunch of green beans, so I did potatoes, green beans, and I did do the beef/bone broth. I did a bunch of that, so I will show you the jars of those. But I wanted to really get going here before it got super hot. So I'll take you out to the garden and see what we're gonna do. I just wanted to make a pit stop here and show you the garlic. This has been out here for, I'm losing track of time. It's been maybe almost 3 weeks, and everything's drying really well. The outsides are getting nice and papery. So in the next week or so, I could clip the tops off. I was gonna try to braid them, but then again, these are hard necks. So they're pretty hard, most of the way up the stem actually. So I mean, I could braid the ends, but we'll just clip them and use them for as long as we can. So that's looking really well. I do have to say though, it is looking extremely green in here. I think that garden soil that we purchased was amazing. Everything's greened up real well. Plants are huge. It's done really well, so I want to keep everything on the positive and get the compost in. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. So here's the bed that the potatoes came out of. So it's pretty deficient in the amount of dirt in here, but it was about halfway full when I planted the potatoes anyways. So I'm going to start putting the compost in here and keep things covered. So I'll put a layer of compost on here, and then once the leaves start coming down and we start chopping up the leaves in the fall, I will cover them. It'll be like mulch and will protect the soil. Oh, I can hear the bees everywhere. I was just telling my husband last night, I'm really enjoying having a lot of flowers in here this year. Oh, look at my morning glories are popping. These are quite growing a lot bigger than I thought they would. The elephant ears are beautiful. They're so pretty. I love them. And honestly, I haven't really had a ton of time to get out here. It's just like I've been doing the bare minimum and just keeping things watered as needed because it's been pretty dry, but we've still gotten a good good rain every week and a half or so, which is, I've been very thankful for that, because it definitely needs a good watering from Mother Nature. So the flowers are coming up real nice, and I'm enjoying them. Zinnias and my little sunflowers, they're so pretty. So, ooh, nice big head of cabbage we noticed. That will be yummy. So we are today gonna trim up these tomato plants. We got to get some of the bottoms off, some of the bottom leaves off. So you can see some are curling. I do have to say, the only benefit to this super dry weather has been that all the top leaves are staying dry, and I have just been bottom watering as needed. So I think that really helps a lot with diseases, obviously, because a lot of tomato diseases come from water and the leaves getting really wet. I am starting to get a little bit of blight, but this is the longest I've ever gone without blight, which is really nice. And it's something super interesting that I've noticed, that without having a lot of time to get in here and get the suckers off, I literally have done nothing. I went through one time when my sister flew up and helped me out with my grandmother, and she gave me a couple days that she spent with her so I could be home and get some stuff done. I did go through and clip everything off on the bottom so we could keep the air flowing through. That's literally all I've cut off of these tomato plants. And it, just like I said, just kind of getting by, keeping things just alive. But I cannot believe the amount of fruit that these are all putting out. Now they're all green still, which is fine. It's not quite in season yet for me. But the amount of fruit that these plants are putting off is amazing to me. Like, I've never had a plant with so many Roma tomatoes on it ever. So I do think that's in part combination with the garden soil that we purchased. It was amazing. Really fertile soil that we got. And one cherry tomato plant, and just everything is just going crazy. So this is good. I'm really happy with this. So right now what I'm going to do is go through and clip all the bottom leaves off and try to get some more airflow, because they definitely need it. And I've got the time. It's going to be super hot, so hopefully I can get all my stuff done within the next hour or so. And yeah, we'll get things rolling again. I gotta get motivated again. We gotta get this done before the season's over. Whew, okay. So I dug out this really nice compost out of the chicken run, and it looks really good. I did put a bale of hay in there a couple months ago, so yes, there is hay still in here, but that's okay. This will help retain moisture. It has great nutrients in it. It's aerated. The chickens have been digging through this, and it was like some of this, like this, is the leaves from last year. I mean, this is great compost. So I put a layer on top of here, and once the leaves start coming down and my husband starts crushing up leaves, I will cover it with a nice thick mulch layer of leaves and let it sit over winter. And this bed is literally ready to go for next year. So I'm super psyched. I hopefully have enough. I don't think I'm gonna quite have enough in the chicken run to put over everything, but this bed I think is the lowest amount of soil in it, so I made sure I put a thick layer on here just to kind of build it up. And we'll see next year if I need a little bit more of that garden soil, because that garden soil was awesome. I mean, look at all this stuff. It's amazing. Everything's big, everything's green, so I know that garden soil is really great. So if you find a reputable place in your area and you find good garden soil, I mean, my husband talked to them and they actually made the garden soil, so it really is compost. So it was really awesome. Everything's done really well, and it is literally starting to get wicked hot, and it's 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna finish up some stuff and hit the shade. Whew, but at least that's done. I feel good. I feel a little bit more motivated because, you know, I've been like blah the past couple months, and right, is what it is. So we're gonna keep plugging along. You guys can help me stay motivated, would you? I do also want to show you my peppers. Boy, I gotta get in here. We got peppers, and we got peppers, and some more peppers. Ooh, lots of peppers in here. Lots and lots of peppers. So I'm gonna keep an eye on these every day now. That's my goal, keep an eye on the peppers before they start turning, and I'll get them as big as I can, but still keep them nice. So I took the opportunity today also to do a little cleanup. So up at the top of the run, I raked everything down. So out of the poo-poo, we raked down into what I'm now calling the compost pit area. And I really thought I only had like 3 or 4 inches of compost in front of the coop and stuff, but boy, was I wrong. It was more like 6-7 inches of nice thick compost. I really even got down to like some of the old leaf compost that was down there from last fall. So what I plan to do is keep turning over all of the compost so it can get aerated. Ow, you're biting, you're nipping at me. She's nipping at me. I want to turn the compost over, and I put it in a big pile because let the chickens do their work, right? Like so. We're gonna get on that pile. Like, what chicken doesn't love a giant pile? So this pile was about 4 feet tall just about an hour ago, and they are making light work of it. I did some over here to the side because I don't really notice it because things happen so gradually that this is a 4x4. Yes, there are 2 girls in jail. It's too hot to be broody, and I don't have any boys here, so you get stuck out here. So the ground was actually met. When we put these 4x4s on the ground, they were on the ground. Yes, it came up and it was a hill, but it was still on the ground. And if you noticed in some areas, it's way higher than the 4x4. So all of this is compost. So I just want to turn it over and put it in a pile and let them do their thing and aerate it. I mean, even right here is about the densest part because this part doesn't get any sun. But it's all this leaf compost down here. So every day I'm gonna dig up a little bit more and a little bit more and turn it over, and this is what's gonna go on top of all my garden beds in the fall. And then I'll put the leaf mulch on top of that. So, whoa, relax, or whoa. I know she wants to get out so bad. It's too hot to be broody right now, and yeah, I don't have any roosters, so there's no point. So that made for a really good broody box, actually. And anyway, so I'll put this will be food for the garden beds. I'll let that settle. The rain, the snow will cover it. Girls. and get everything fed for next year. So I think this is working out really good. So I thought last year I put too many leaves in here. I didn't think I would use it all. But like before my surgery, I just ran out of time. I would have dug all of this up earlier, but like I said, I ran out of time. And so we're just gonna mix it in with what we've got here, and I will top dress all the raised beds. So that's my goal, is to let the chickens compost everything down for me. Then I put it on top of the beds each year. So super psyched. I hope this works out well. I'm sure it will, because that's you know, laws of Mother Nature. That's how that works. So that's what we will be doing every day from now on. All right, so with that being said, from my coop to yours, thank you for growing with me so I can grow with you. What are you looking at? Huh? What are you looking at? Say bye.